Cut for sound. This is a special episode.
This is.
It's episode 10. We have a very special guest with us this time.
Goes by the name of
Mandrew Fate. Real estate extraordinaire.
Give a round of applause for fucking Mandrew Fate.
That's where we put the soundbite in, where it's like audience cheering and shit.
Yeah.
No, we got Tom. We got the bald bastard.
I don't know if I love that nickname.
You don't. I've been going with it.
I know you've been running with it.
Yeah. You don't like it?
I'm okay with it.
Yeah, go ahead, Kev. Get him set up. Set his mic up. Yeah.
How's that? Around.
Imagine. Yeah.
Well,
I'm gonna get closer.
Got you shuffled so far this way.
I'm
up my ass.
I'm as far as I can go this way.
The table's a little lopsided.
I didn't build the table.
It is a little.
Well, he needs that for his computer.
Actually, shouts out Pat. Thanks for building the table, buddy.
Yeah, for sure.
Which Tom, you know Pat. You know Pat.
He connected the two pieces. Sorry, he didn't. I did the legs.
I stained the table. And it's funny because Pat told me he saw you and was like, Kev, the table looks good. And you were like, yeah, it's stained now. Like, we stained it. But you never mentioned me staining the table. Yeah. You kind of took credit without taking credit directly.
Yeah. It was a team effort.
Guilty.
Yeah. I actually didn't stain 1 inch of this table.
Not even a little. Yeah. But it looks great. It's in your house, which is awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, we're at an undisclosed location.
Not your house. You don't own a house.
We're not in my spare bedroom.
Not at all. Yeah. Wait, so Tom, episode 10, we have special guest, Kev. I got some real hard-hitting, ass-opening questions for Tom.
Tuna can.
Yeah, we're gonna get him wide open tonight.
Nice.
Yeah, we're gonna pack his ass full of joy
and help.
Like
the guy at Guitar Center. He was so helpful. He was full of help.
He gave you the extender that doesn't work.
Yeah.
Good thing we got that 30-day warranty. He told us we could break.
That's $15 right there. $16.
You guys bought the warranty?
No.
Oh.
He said you have 30 days. If you change your mind, you can buy it still.
We're just returning it because we don't need it.
Right.
It's a piece of shit.
Yeah.
It is a piece of shit. You're right.
It's a piece of garbage. Remember that? Remember EB Games?
Oh, yeah. What do we...
He said, why are you returning it? He said, because it's garbage.
Yeah, I did say.
It's fucking garbage.
It's garbage.
That was great.
So I wanted to... So all of our listeners, people that actually listen, and there's been a lot of mentions of Tom. And
every episode, probably.
They heard him last week, they heard him last week. He called in live. He was our first caller.
Yeah.
Anybody that calls during the show, you just throw them up.
No, we could do that.
That should be a rule.
Yeah, we should do that.
Anybody that calls, you really have to just light them up.
Yeah.
Don't tell them till after the second sentence.
Oh, yeah. If they call in. Yeah.
Let them say something silly and then be like, hey, by the way, you're on the show.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's not your fault because they just launched into it.
They butted into it.
This is the gentleman that broke my neck when I was a little kid.
The power bomb?
Yeah, we should answer this phone call right now.
Who is that?
That's Jerry.
No.
Yeah,
I don't want that rattling ever happening again on the show either.
Rattling.
You hear that rattling?
That's on my list of questions.
Last week, Kev's phone did a little ring.
Yeah, it did.
Oh, that went up my ass sideways.
He did not like that.
Sideways went up.
You should have seen him after the show. He gave me a ration of shit.
That's what he does.
I run a tight ship.
You do. It's 5 stars over here.
I don't even run the ship.
You're putting on airs.
I just pretend that I do. That's why I got the pencil. It's not even... I'm not even in charge of anything.
He's just drawing dicks over there again.
Actually true.
Bullet dicks.
Yeah, bullet dicks.
Well.
Tom broke my neck.
With the power bomb.
Yeah, with the power bomb, the Christmas power bomb. It wasn't really on Christmas, but it was a good title for the episode.
That was right before Christmas. It was like New Year's. Because you guys went, it was like there was other people in there that were definitely, Mom took you in there, and they were all hammered
in the hospital. Yeah.
You're walking in there with a busted neck. That was a perfectly executed power bomb, though.
No, you didn't land me flat. Tom was a little
It
stiff.
wasn't a good fake power
It was a
bomb.
stiff
It
bump.
was a good real one.
It was a stiff. It was a good real one. Yeah, it wasn't a professional wrestling level one.
To this day, nobody else can do the neck crack thing. Remember that thing we used to do?
Yeah, you locked me up.
We lock it up.
And I
you
would
would,
grind my teeth.
Yeah.
We talked about
you
that.
were talking about that.
Yeah. No cap.
Sounded real.
No cap on the show. All facts.
Sounded real.
We did that shit.
Facts.
Should I just? Oh, so the bullet point structure thing. This is this fucking guy's idea.
You don't take constructive criticism well.
I do too.
I mean, you gave me shit. You were like, what do you think of the show? I was like, it's got a little unstructured. You're like, well, fuck off.
That's what I said to Mark too.
Well, Mark can actually go fuck off.
He can fuck himself sideways.
I do like how you didn't ever give me, like, you gave me credit, but like in the most passive aggressive way
Did I?
possible.
What did I
It was
do?
almost like reverse credit.
Yeah. Like, it wasn't really credit. I don't feel like I got the roses I was due. I'm sure I'll get them today.
Tom is responsible for the whole structure of this show.
Tom's idea was to have a podcast.
Which
Me
is-
and Kev were like, let's do it.
You guys took it
Tom
off
was
the
like,
rack.
yo,
Yeah.
you guys should. Tom was like, you guys should have a podcast. And then everything else has been his brainchild since then.
Yeah.
That's actually true.
No, I'm kidding.
I just listened to every.
No, Tom gave me some very valuable information that I was a little bit hesitant to take. And then after I thought about it for a second, I realized he was right. And I may have told you that personally, maybe not publicly, that it was a
I
good
don't know
thing.
if it was either.
I didn't tell you either way.
I don't think it was either. I heard it on the show.
I thanked you on the show,
You did.
that's publicly.
Yeah, that is a public.
It's pubically, even.
Yeah.
So wait, I have some things I want to. Can we do that now, or should we wait?
Yeah, run it.
Yeah.
I prepared.
Ask Tom. He's the
Since-
one that
yeah.
created the whole
So,
structure of the show.
This is Tom's show, actually.
You
know
this
what?
is the Tom cast.
Tom Cast.
Shout out
No,
Tom, big
yeah.
Tom.
So what? So that's different reason why we call it that than this reason. But
Yeah.
I will say, maybe that's a good idea. Maybe at some point we should give Tom the reins here and see how he steers this boat.
Let him conduct.
Let him sail the seas of the podcast vessel.
I'm cool with that.
Yeah. All
It'd
right.
be fun.
I hope you have
Give me
something.
access to the soundboard.
Yeah, you can have the soundboard. So let me
This one right here does nothing.
yeah.
You said none of
this
all
one?
8 of them. Yeah, all 8 of them do nothing.
All right,
Does
wait.
absolutely
So
nothing.
well, here's my first thing I really want to do because we know Tom. The audience doesn't know Tom. Maybe a couple of people do, but just because of the way we are, the way we were a bit unhinged. We were kind of crazy.
In life?
Yeah, in life
Okay.
in general. Just kind of want to paint a picture of the kind of guy Tom is, what kind of life he led. He was pretty conservative growing up. I mean, the most trouble he got into really might have been like a speeding ticket or something. Like he was like a good guy, good kid, solid dude.
I never did anything wrong. Like,
Never,
I
yeah.
legit, like if they were like, don't do it, I didn't touch
He
it.
listened, and that might just be a first child thing, but I don't think it is. But
No, my sister's a first child.
and she's a maniac.
Insane.
Yeah, she leaves crazy comments on the podcast Instagram.
Does she?
Yeah, somebody's got to go and delete
Yeah,
them.
she's adding that algorithm.
What did
It was
she
me,
say?
Ash. I don't remember, but I definitely saw it and was like, that's not staying up.
That's fucking.
Yeah.
How many comments are you getting now weekly? And you got like 100 people listen now, give or take.
We need
On
1,000
average, we have
subs.
over 100 views a episode.
What is it? 1,000 subs and like
Once we got
1,000 hours or
once
something?
we got 1,000 subs, we can start getting some ad money off the tube.
Yeah.
So sub up. But
you guys should do merch.
Tom, whoa,
Dude, I'm
whoa.
stepping on your stuff, real
Mr.
quick.
Conservative. Let's hear about
right.
your very wild college experience. Like, listen, I remember going to one of Tom's frat parties, and I showed up with like a bag of Coke and some fucking blueberry Kush, and I'm like thinking frat party. I brought my homie John, this dude Johnny D, actually,
Yeah.
and we got there, and I was like hell bent on getting Tom to smoke some weed with me. And I think he definitely hit the bowl, but didn't inhale and like try to play it off like he did. And fucking my boy Johnny got wrecked, was thrown up everywhere trying to fuck the college girls. And like,
I thought he was going to die in the apartment.
yeah,
That Johnny was
we
dead.
got
Like, there's
pictures actually.
pictures of
I'll
him somewhere.
splice him in. I'll
You
splice
should.
him in. There's a pictures
Do
of
you
us
have 'em?
with Johnny. Like he's like throwing up at me and Tom are behind him. Like,
Do you have those pictures?
yeah, I have them. So we can get them spliced in right there. But like Tom's crazy college party wasn't that crazy. Like Tom's a good regular, like a normal citizen.
He's an all-American.
He's an all-American man.
Yeah.
He's an all-American meatball. And the reason I'm trying to get you to tell us about it is because I'm going to contrast some things later on. I just wanted to know, because, what's a day in the life of Tom? We were talking about it.
Now?
I told Tom before you got here.
Yesterday.
When I talked to him, I was like, dust off the Tesla. I want you to drive the Tesla down today. I mean, that's his car. He doesn't have anything else. But I was like,
I was like, what else am I taking? Dust it off. It's dusty.
So what's a day in the life of Tom?
So you want like now or back in college?
No, I want real estate Tom. I want now Tom.
Final form
Yeah,
Tom.
final form Tom.
So not when I'm moving.
No
right?
hair Tom.
Yeah, no hair in town.
Yeah.
All right. So you want like hour by hour, or how do you want this broken down?
Just like you wake up.
Yeah.
I usually get up around 6:30.
Insane.
Wake
Never
up, I make
me.
myself some coffee. I sit outside and I'm like, okay, what am I going to do next? I go to the gym.
So you sit outside in the morning?
I try now. I got a backyard now.
How much time do you get for that? Like, how much is allotted? Like, you
So I
wake.
actually time block everything
Oh, that's good.
on my calendar. Like if I showed you my calendar, it's hour by hour and it's color coded.
Oh my god.
I know, it's sad.
Fucking insane. I actually envy that because I'm sure that I see a lot of apps now that are like promoting that, like, that's what to help you manage your schedule. And if like you have extra time, it'll move something in there to fucking
Well, some of
just
these
to
people,
really like make the most of your day.
it can get crazy. Like people get up and they're like, I need to take a cold shower. I need to meditate for 2 hours.
Oh,
I need to.
There's something to be said for that cold water exposure shit, though. That is good for your nervous system and your brain function and all this other stuff.
I actually want to get one of those ice baths.
Yeah, I know. I knew you would.
Do you know
I'm
that
actually
it's-
down for that too.
I was watching the Huberman.
Yeah, he's
Lab?
into that. Yeah.
He was saying that because it's a lot of it's for like fat burning and like stress relief and stuff like that.
Immune system.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But he was saying for the fat burning part of it, it's not actually like the fat. I mean, it is that it's cold, but it's the shivering. If you don't fight the shiver, like if you get to the point where you want to get to the point where you shiver and then hop out and let that shiver happen, because that's where most of the fat burning happens.
Okay.
And then jump back in until you hit that shiver again. And
Oh wow.
yeah.
Your body doesn't know the difference between shivering and working out though too, because remember those muscle belts? Remember the thing Dad
Yeah.
used to have? You have these belts that would like shock the shit out of your abs,
Yeah.
Yeah.
and you just get burn marks. But it's supposed to give you abs.
It's burning calories one way or
Yeah.
another. But just hold on a minute. We're getting off topic. I want to know what Tom's day looks like.
All right.
So let me just recap a little bit. You wake up. Now,
Six
now
o'clock in
you
the
wake up
morning.
at 6:30. Now I just went to bed an hour and a half before you woke up, by the way.
Yeah.
Also, I wake up, I need a solid hour. Like my fucking motor doesn't start running fully. Like if you talk to me before an hour and I haven't had a cup of coffee yet, I'm not remembering what you said. So you wake up at 6:30. What time do you get to go sit outside and chill?
Like 7:30. But my wife gets up at 4:30 in the morning.
That's
So she's been
insane.
up for 2.5 hours by the time I roll out of bed.
Yeah.
She thinks I'm lazy.
Put that in your mouth. That's a boy.
There it is.
That's a boy.
So just ease it in.
Attaboy.
Yeah. I've been saying that to people.
Put that in your mouth.
That's a good boy.
So I get up. I probably have like I have half the time you do, because that's like a normal person.
Okay.
Like don't talk to me for a half hour.
Yeah.
I'll go outside if I have the outside, which I do now. I'll sit outside and have my cup of
Congratulations, by
coffee.
the way.
It's awesome. Go to the gym, come back, and then I'll start my day for real estate.
Yeah. What's that like?
So
How many emails
Are
do you
you
send?
your own boss? You don't have anybody?
we got a business partner, but like we get to do whatever you want. So you make your own schedule. You can run your business however you want.
I
So
do.
if, like yeah, like
No, but I was just wondering if like you had to be at a certain
Nah.
office at a certain time.
some of these places they make you
Like
actually,
a quota?
Yeah, you got to show up and do
Yeah.
like floor time where you have to sit there and answer the phones of these fucking people calling off a Zillow. There's like, I mean,
That's entry level shit. That's for the peons. Tom's been in the game for a minute now.
Yeah.
You got any
Fuck
peons? You got any people you treat like a piece of shit at work?
Nah, I try to treat everybody nice.
Kev's got
I'm
a
the
bunch of
opposite.
people
Yeah,
he treats
Kev-
like no,
All of them. Everybody but Pat and Nets.
that's crazy.
Oh, pieces of shit.
Yeah. Okay, so all right, so you clock in or whatever you do. You do some emails.
I'd fire off email. Nobody wants to answer the phone because a lot of times I'll be dealing
Yeah.
with clients. Like if you're looking for a house, you're not going to talk to me before what? I call you, I text you. You don't call me back
Everybody's
till
different.
12:30
Yeah, everybody's different.
on the way into the work.
Yeah. I prefer just messaging for any kind of business thing until we lock down, like, all right, let's get on a call. Okay, what time? Like, don't just fucking call me. I'm never going to answer it. Anyone that ever has just called me, the only time I answer is if I'm taking a shit.
That's a good rule.
That is true. He does answer the phone while he's shitting a lot.
That's the best time to catch me.
You got to learn when he's shitting.
Well,
Very
I know
unpredictable.
he's full of shit.
Kev knows.
his schedule.
His schedule. My schedule.
Yeah.
That's why you look at your calendar. It's just when you're shitting.
I get the most work done on the John. I get so much done on there.
My feet go numb from just sitting there on the phone.
Yeah.
I wake up and I got to just stand in one place for a minute because it hurts my fucking
Do
legs.
you wipe standing up to get the feeling back in your legs while
No.
No? You never did that. You never got most of the gook off of there and then stood up to get the feeling back in your legs while you're doing the cleaning touches?
Not while I'm polishing it up and, getting it ready for
Well, you fell in love with a bidet, so that's how he polishes it.
Yeah, you go into houses. Sometimes they have
You
the bidet
can polish a turd.
Yo, you go into houses and you'll see those bidets and people are like, can I try it? No, you can't
Like,
try somebody else's bidet.
I did. That's how I learned.
That's how he got broke in. Kev got
But
turned
I didn't
out.
ask.
You didn't
I
ask.
just did.
Forgiveness rather than permission.
He comes
Fuck
out
yeah.
sweaty.
Yeah. Oh my God. Okay. The reason I was asking all that is because Tom's your all-American, like real estate, drinks a coffee on the way to work, drive his Tesla. I love it.
Entrepreneur.
I love it from, and that's the other thing. Every time I talk to him, he's got some new venture he's getting involved in, the marketing thing, sales, like that kind of stuff. But he's a fast-paced kind of guy, right? We were joking last week and call him like what did I say? Finance bros, like a finance vibe. You got like that kind of, like you probably had a briefcase. Do you have a briefcase?
I have one.
He's definitely a briefcase kind of guy.
He might have phased out, but
I
he
phased
was
out
at
the
one
briefcase
point.
because I feel like it's
Everything's
like
digital now, but
like, you don't want to dress up. You don't want to wear a suit to work.
no.
You want to look like you're not. It's like a
You don't want to
throwback.
overdo it. You're gonna make us fucking other people feel
Do
uncomfortable.
you trust anybody in a suit, or do you feel like they're trying to sell you something? If they're not going to like a
It
funeral or a wedding.
it depends what the energy they give off is. I think.
I think if they come up to me in a suit, see, there's people I respect in a suit where I'm like, and it's got to be older. Can't just be some young asshole. An older guy that is actually like pretty cool. Like, isn't trying to say like that guy. I'll be like there was a for the new shop, the architect came there. He wasn't exactly in a suit, but he was dressed really well. But he was actually like super cool, and I was like, that's like something not obtainables, but something that you might want to work towards. You know what I mean? Like
super sharp, kind of. Like
yeah,
sharp.
exactly. Just like a.
You just said the word "the architect," and it reminded me. Last week, you wanted to push this IQ test on me, which I never took it. I forgot. But we mentioned this personality test and how I got the architect personality.
The rarest of them all.
It was the rarest, yeah. So I actually have a version of the personality test. I think y'all can take them and find out what yours are if you want to do that live on the show, and we could go over them.
Yeah.
And then we could just edit out the part where you answered the questions.
Right.
Yeah.
How many questions?
I don't know. I didn't take it yet.
Okay.
I think it's like 50 real quick rapid fire.
I don't even know because I got a legitimate one though. I hit my contact up, my source,
Yeah. Your
and
plug.
I got the information and I got the website. This is a shorter version, but it is used in therapists' offices today
Okay.
for people who
Let's
want
run it.
Yeah, so I can send that to you guys too. I don't know when we're gonna have to do the thing, and like switch over whatever, but it's at the 20-minute mark now, so I don't know if we want to take a break and do that and then come back with our answers. We could do that right now. So I got the same results as before.
The architect?
Yeah, we can get into all the stuff, but let's go with you guys first. Kev, what was yours?
Mine was campaigner.
Do you want to do a little recap about it?
It says, just read this little description. Campaigners are true free spirits, outgoing, open-hearted, and open-minded. With their lively, upbeat approach to life, they stand out in any crowd. But even though they can be the life of the party,
The life of the party.
campaigners don't
That
just care
works.
about having a good time. These personality types run deep, as does their longing for meaningful, emotional connections with other people.
Okay.
You should scroll
I
down
think-
and see who else is on there.
Yeah, you
if
got
go to
any
the very
people of
bottom-
note?
What, like
Any like famous people?
Yeah, there's people of or campaigners you may know at the very bottom.
Yeah.
Moochie Pie?
No, that's a person. Scroll up a little bit. There it is.
Robert Downey Jr. and Robin Williams.
You look like both of them, so that makes sense.
If they fucked and had an ass baby, that would be me.
if Iron Man fucked Goodwill Hunting in the ass,
We're Jack.
yeah.
Remember Jack?
Oh wait, from Hook,
No, just
Peter Pan.
Wasn't that
Imagine.
movie Jack where he's
No.
like a
Yeah, he's like
big
a man baby.
kid?
Oh yeah. No, I was thinking more like when Robin Williams played Peter Pan or Mrs.
Yeah.
Doubtfire,
Yeah.
and RDJ was Iron Man.
Iron
He took out
fucked
his
him in the ass.
huge iron dick, and then he exploded his quantum fucking generator battery load.
And Mrs. Doubtfire.
Yeah, inside
That's
of Mrs.
fucking
Doubtfire.
crazy.
And then Kev came out. He was born from Mrs. Doubtfire's mouth womb. Tom, what did you get?
So I got a protagonist. I'm going to read it real quick.
Yeah.
Protagonists feel called to serve a greater purpose in life. Thoughtful and idealistic, these personality types strive to have a positive impact on other people and the world around them. They rarely shy away from the opportunity to do the right thing, even when doing so is far from easy. I mean,
Yeah.
and a couple people,
Yeah, that's you. That's
Yeah.
his soft eyes.
Barack Obama,
Damn, you're in
Oprah
league.
Winfrey,
Andrew Tate? No.
It says fuck
Sean Connery, which if they all fucked each other,
That'd be you.
that'd be me.
Mine says Michael Scott from The Office and Spider-Man. What the fuck?
Like their personalities, I guess, from the characters. That's so funny.
Who's the
I would
worst
say
Ellen
character on that?
DeGeneres.
Oh,
Oh my!
I hate that.
It's crazy. You look like
I
all
hate
of them.
that so much. Will Smith, Russell Brand, Kim Nam June.
Oh, you're like a
As long as it
is that a
isn't
dictator?
Kim Jong
Tyranno.
Il.
Yeah. Wow. So all right. So Tom, you feel like yours is accurate, pretty much?
I mean, yeah,
Yeah.
it hits the nail on the head.
Mine it says the architect is a person with the introverted, intuitive thinking, and judging personality traits. These thoughtful tacticians love perfecting the details of life, applying creativity and rationality to everything they do. Their inner world is often a private, complex one, which I feel like that's true.
Who are the people for
who
you?
are the
I'm
people?
looking. See, I went to the website and got the in-depth shit, so I'm looking for the people. By the way, we'll put the link for this in the description. It's 16personalities.com. Okay, so Friedrich Nietzsche, Michelle Obama, Elon Musk, Christopher Nolan, Arnold Schwarzenegger, Colin Powell, Samantha Power, and Walter White.
Colin, pal.
Colon pound.
Shit, pal.
Colon pound. Yeah. So then there's like characters from. They say Gandalf is one of them.
Gandalf's the fucking man.
So yeah, I mean Katniss Everdeen and Jay Gatsby.
Katniss from fucking.
Yeah.
Wow.
So those are the yeah. But I did get Elon Musk, that's a dub.
That is it, though.
That's the best one on the list.
Billionaire.
Gandalf might be the best for me.
Yeah, Gandalf. Remember? Wait, did you see the picture of Frandolph? We took Fran. I'll put that in the episode right here.
Please.
Yeah, it's Frandolph. It's Gandalf with Fran's face. Okay, so that's cool. I think now's a good time to tee this next one up because we just started the cameras there. We got 30 minutes to really rock this out. I want the whole point of this episode, or a large portion of it, was to really hear about Tampa through Tom's eyes. Now we've painted a picture. We've been teasing
It's
this
a
up
tiny one.
since day one. of this podcast, we've been teasing up the fact that there's a story and it happened in Tampa and Kev was involved. Now, we've given you all, the viewers, a little insight into the type of person and the type of life Tom lives. So when we brought him into our corrupted world of craziness, I just want to hear about how it seemed for him. And he's seen my world before.
Yeah.
Yeah. But
so when you asked
tee
me
the whole thing up. So, we're going to go to Florida and
so
do the whole thing.
you asked me, you're like, yo, me and Fran are going to go, me and my friend, my other brother, we're going to go down to Florida. We're going to hang with Kev. Kev's bringing some other people from the shop. We're all going to get a house and hang out down in Florida. And we thought it'd be a great idea to, like, I thought it'd be like, oh, I've been to Florida with people before. Never with you guys, but I was like, it can't be that different. Can't be that different.
Right.
So I don't know if you want to lead this, we can.
No, let me hear what you got to say.
So we go down, we hang out. The first part of it's normal. We go see our mom. Come to this tattoo convention, and I'm like, all right, cool. Like we're gonna be staying in Tampa, and we're not staying in Tampa. I don't know who set the res up. I think
Kevin Pat. Sorry,
I think it was Pat. It was in Pat's name, right?
It was Pat. Yeah. So we were in St. Pete, by the way. That's like a 35-minute drive.
St. Pat.
St. Pat. We were in St. Pat.
St. Pat. It's all the way down in the middle of nowhere. And the people that we got it from had the camera. They had the place bugged.
They really
did. We walked
did.
in. Everything had cameras on it. It's like, don't touch this. Don't write in this book.
It was a nice house, though.
What the fuck is there a book for there?
They want Airbnb people want you to sign it, leave a review, make it all weird, and send them like a fucking bed and
Like
breakfast.
you're connected to
like,
everybody else who lived there?
Just because B&B was like a good catchy tagline for Airbnb, like it's not actually a bed and breakfast, but people want to pretend,
Right.
so they leave guest books.
I've been seeing guest books. I saw one in the bathroom.
In Detroit,
rest stop.
we wrote like "fuck you" and
I got a bad review for that one.
yeah, well, frame shit on the floor is the whole thing.
So
You're smoking cigarettes in the bedroom.
I was blowing darts in the bedroom first night in. So go ahead.
So I guess roll it back. So when we get down there, Brian, I know you don't like to carry your credit cards with you,
Right.
and you had
I'm a cash kind of guy.
reserved the car.
Yeah.
So we get down
that's
there.
right. Oh, you got.
So I don't
Forgot
like
about this.
I don't like to put my credit card up for anything because incidentals have always come back to get me. So we get to the card thing and Brian's like, yo, Tom, come over to the counter real quick. He's like, I'm going to switch the res to your name because you got credit cards. So I put it in my name, and Brian, when he gets in the car, the first thing he does is he starts ripping bogues.
Yeah.
Just ripping
He
through.
loves ripping
So
cigs.
on the way out,
I haven't smoked cigarettes in a while, by the way.
well, I haven't been on vacation with you in a while either.
I know. Okay.
So we're getting out of the gate, and I'm like, I got to preemptively get this guy. So I talked to the guy. I'm like, yo, it smells like smoke in this car.
That was pretty slick. He knew it was coming, so he prepped it.
I got the guy to
that
write
is-
smoky car before we even left the place.
Like a true protagonist would do, by the way.
So I got to drive everywhere because I'm the only one on this list. And
Wait, you wouldn't let anyone drive the car just because your fucking name's on the rental.
my credit card's up.
Yeah.
So him and Fran are fucking ripping cigarettes the whole time.
This is relevant, too, because later on, Tom had to drive for something, so keep going.
Yeah. So we get to St. Pete, we check in, whatever. We check in the hotel or the little bit Airbnb. It's cool. And Brian goes, he's like, yo, I'm taking this bedroom. And there's like 6 bedrooms and there's 12 people. And every other bedroom has like military style bunk beds or single little twins.
One of my
2 bunk beds
stipulations.
in one room.
One of my stipulations was I got my own room before I even joined on the reservation.
Like,
I wanted it.
so me and my other brother are stuck in these little twins. Little twin bedroom. Like, it's barely got enough space. And they're like, I guess I'll take this one. Like, I don't know anybody. I know Kev a little bit. I didn't know Pat. I didn't know any of the other people on the trip.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I'm not going to like invade on their space. I'm just here to have a good time, which it is. So
Yeah.
You got a bunk with Fran.
I get the bunk of Freddie.
You know, like having a little gremlin in your room.
He does like to read.
Sorry,
he reads
Fran.
late.
He has his light on all night reading books.
Does he read? He's a reader?
He's a reader.
Dude, he's got a library collection of books. Fran reads.
Damn, that's awesome.
Mm-hmm.
He's got a lot. I mean, I got a couple books from him too.
He's a smart guy. Fran's got a lot to offer. Sometimes he wants to offer you information about stuff that's so obscure. I'm just not ready for it.
Right.
You know?
You got to prep it.
Yeah.
Like, you can't just launch into like,
He don't spit on it first.
no.
He'll come
Try.
at you like, here, take this book by Jean-Michel Claude Van Damme. And it's like about like it's from like 1723, and it's written in like Old English and like not easy to read.
He'll read that.
And he's like, on page 73, there's some real gems.
Oh my.
He's got them marked and stuff too. He's like, yo,
dog
check
ears,
this out.
yeah,
And he's got it on.
highlighted notes, written doodles.
So we get to the convention, and I'm not doing anything. You guys are there for work. I'm literally just there to hang out and like hang in the booth, talk with people and whatever.
Well, you did say, Tom's like, I'm gonna chop you guys because he was getting into some video stuff.
I was, yeah.
So he's like, I'm gonna chop you guys up. A sweet fucking edit.
I had to do something.
Which I should splice the fucking edit you gave me in right here because
I never even saw the edit.
he handed me. No, he said after the trip was over, he's like, "Here's what I got for you."
I do remember that.
Dude, he sent me like a 360p quality fucking bullshit video.
I started out.
And it's like Fran fucking D. He shot it with his phone. Yeah.
That's a great video.
Oh,
I
it's
did
a
some
great video.
transitions on there, man. You should butt that in
Some
there.
fade to black.
I did.
It
I'm
was fade to black.
I'm
It was fade to black.
splicing it right now. So anyway, go ahead.
So
That was your. Yeah, you were like, I'm gonna shoot some video while we're there. I'll
That was his
sell-
end.
He was like, I'll get some clients for Fran, and
I did get
You
some
did.
clients for Fran.
you did.
Because I could talk to people with this. I've done
Yeah.
that stuff before, but I need to find something to do and feel like I had a purpose. So
Now there was a turning point in that trip.
yeah,
Like everything was cool. We were having fun. We were like by the pool Friday night after the show. We all were chilling by the pool.
yeah, it was cool.
Saturday night was the after party, which I'll prep this up a little bit. So certain conventions will have like
This is fucked.
they'll invite everybody. Kev, just hang in there. So a lot of these shows they'll have like a, an after party and they'll invite the artists and so it's October and there's this place right outside of Tampa called Ybor City, a big college party town. There's, I mean it really did on Saturday night. It looked like New Orleans. Like the whole street was just filled with people. There's bars everywhere. And there was this place called the Castle or the Dungeon or some shit.
Yeah.
Right. And they're like, oh, that's where the after party's going to be. So I'm thinking in my head, like, they're going to have like cucks like Mark, like in all leather with like a leash on, getting walked around like a dog or whatever. Like dudes with like,
Dominatrix.
yeah,
shit.
all that shit. I'm like, this is going to be a fucking crazy ass night. So we're going to go to this show. We're going to go to this after party. So we drove separate. Me, Tom, and Fran, and maybe somebody else. I think it was just me, Tom, and Fran.
I think it was just us three because
So
we were
the three
following
of us.
everybody over.
Yeah, so Tom had to drive his rental. Couldn't let nobody else drive it. We got there first. You guys weren't too far behind, but it was like you, Rob, Terrence,
Wasn't
Pat.
there a long line?
So yeah, so we scouted out. We parked at the parking garage and we walked out to the dungeon.
Yeah.
And the line wrapped around the building. And it was like all the way around the building. And there was some real freaks in line, like some real hanging from the hooks kind of people.
Yeah.
And so we saw that and we're like, fuck, man, this is crazy. So, all right, we'll walk back and get together, everybody. On our way back to the parking garage, you guys had just gotten to the parking garage. You haven't gotten out yet. We see this like rave happening in a parking lot.
Yeah.
And you see the lights going and
Yeah.
the fucking people just going crazy.
I remember
Clearly,
that.
there's a lot of Molly in there. There's a lot of, you could tell it's that kind of environment.
I was like a moth to the light.
I said to Tom and Fran, Kev is going to have to walk past this to get to the dungeon. He's never making it past this. He's never going to make it past this.
It was a rave.
Yeah, it was a full rave in a parking lot. And the DJ's like fucking, you got bubble machines going. He fucking,
Oh, it was more than a fucking parking lot.
Yeah, it was huge. It was huge.
It was like a mansion.
But
in there.
I called it though. I said, Kev is never going to make it past this entrance.
I didn't.
And I didn't know any different. I'm like, why? Like, why is Kev not going to make it past here? And so we're walking by. I actually have a video. I got a video of it too.
Yeah,
I'll
send it
you
to
the
me.
video.
We'll put it for the people.
So we're walking, and Brian's like, "Yeah, Kev's definitely not going here." So we start walking, and like the what was that cartoon where the dude with the cheese?
He just gets like stuck on
Yo,
the
he
smell.
just like starts smelling.
Like
So
smells the
Kev's
fumes.
walking up, and he's like, "I'm just gonna go here real quick." He's like, "Anybody else want to come in?" And like it was like you, Pat,
Rob,
Pat,
Terrence, and Rob, I think, right?
Rob was with you. Terrence had won an award. Shouts out Terrence. He did a really beautiful piece. And I called it too when I was talking to Terrence that day. I'm like, this is going to place in the competition. And he's like, you sure, man? I was like, dude, believe in your work. It'll manifest. And then he won and he was all like hyped. So you guys were celebrating that.
Yeah.
You guys went in there to throw some shots back. You were celebrating.
Also, sorry, Terrence. That video I shot was awful.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you guys are all out celebrating, and I'm just along for the ride. And Brian says, "Yeah." He's like, "Kev's never going to make it in there." So you guys go in. You're like, "We're only going to go in for whatever, like a second."
They never have fun at one of these.
I don't know that Kev second doesn't mean like a second.
It means until it's closed.
So we pretty much didn't follow you guys into the rave. We like scouted out some other shit and ended up calling it a night.
Right.
Right? We
walked to like the castle. We walked to try to find somewhere else to go, and then
we really just called it a night.
And on our way back, it's like
do you guys want me to like kind of segue into
you can jump.
what
because
happened
there's stuff that happened that I'm sure you do remember.
Yeah.
like,
but I want to hear. Let's hear the whole thing through Tom's eyes, and then you can fill in the blanks after because as far as Tom knows, you guys just went into the cast or to the fucking rave.
It's called 12 Ugly Men.
That was the rave.
That was like the establishment.
Okay.
You know,
so
but
I don't want to like slow it down or expand it, but like, so we're walking back. Eventually, it was a couple hours. We were walking around. We were trying to find something. We're on the way back, and he's like, "Oh, we got to get Kev and see what they're doing." And so we go to the car in the parking lot. It just, you guys were not too far behind us.
Oh, they were leaving
at the same time because we were all going to go to a
Yeah.
casino or go get some food or something.
Yeah.
yeah,
So
because you guys saw me.
you were in the parking garage.
Yeah.
This is when Kev was getting there.
Yeah.
Okay.
So Kev was still there, and you were still at that point going to come with us.
I was hammered though by this point.
Yeah.
It was like an hour and a half, 2 hours.
Yeah, I remember Rob telling me you had done like 6 shots and you kept buying them for everyone. And Rob at this point was just like dumping them out behind him because he was like not doing that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
So we're going to the parking garage where I parked the car that I rented.
Yeah.
And I'm backing up real slow. And Kev comes in like he's running the Philadelphia Marathon. The gates that come up and down.
Yeah.
Can we blow this out? Are we,
Say this.
Yeah,
part.
right.
So Kev sprints through this fucking gate. He's like, I'm not paying. I don't know what you said, but
The toll gate?
Yeah,
Yeah,
he
he
took
ripped-
the gate off.
Ripped it smooth
And
off.
Pat was driving.
Pat was pissed. He's like, dude, my fucking rental is going to be on the camera.
He's like, he saw you guys get in the car. Didn't a cop come by and say something?
So we had left before they left the garage, but Kev ran after he ripped it off. Pat was like, I don't know that guy, and he was able to get out of the parking garage.
It was the security guard.
Yeah,
guy,
security guard. Yeah,
And
but then they picked him up after.
So this is what, like 12:30, 1 o'clock?
Yeah,
Ish.
We went back to the Airbnb at this point though because they continued to be out for a while before we had to.
Yeah, I guess you guys went somewhere because we were going somewhere else to eat, and then we said, "Screw it, we're going to bed." You guys were still out, and you found somewhere else to go.
We were back at the Airbnb with Rob and Callie.
Yeah, and
Right.
It was Kev, Terrence, and Pat that were still out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Rob. No, Rob was with us.
Rob was with you.
Right.
Yeah. Okay. So Callie had gone. She never went out at all. She was back at the Airbnb already. Okay.
So we get back, literally kick my feet, like I'm getting ready to jump in my little twin size bed to crawl in, try to finalize the last day. And Brian comes out. He's like, "Yo, we might have a problem."
And now, what time is this? Because this is late. This
It's like
is
1:30, 2 by the time we get the call.
Okay. All right.
And they're like, "Yo, Kev and Terrence started fighting, and Kev jumped out of the car and sprinted away." Now we're in Florida, so like Florida man is running wild. They're like, "What's he wearing?" He's like, "He doesn't have his shirt on," and he's running around like. And there's one road in and out of St. Pete.
Yeah.
And they're like, "We lost Kev around here," so it's like Rob like freaking out on the phone.
Well, so wait, because I got the call, and what was said to me was, now we had just rode this road like an hour and a half before this, and the traffic was nuts.
the Tampa Bridge.
Yeah, and people drive crazy. It's going from Tampa to St. Pete. So what was said to me was Kev was trying to jump off this bridge to go swimming. And everyone there knew that the current was really strong and he might get hurt. He very well could die. Kev was wrecked. Now, I don't know if you remember this part.
It was like hundreds of feet high.
So Kev was, it's really high.
Thick.
So Kev is over the edge of this.
Like an overpass.
Like on the other side of the bridge.
There's like Jersey barriers to like block off the edge of the bridge so you don't fall off the fucking bridge.
Like the metal ones.
Just like them like concrete barriers. Yeah, like that. I jumped over it and there was like a ledge that was probably skinnier than like this table. And I like landed on the ledge and Terrence fucking
grabbed him and pulled him back.
I think after we fought.
No.
Was that before?
This is before.
So he fucking grabs me.
This is why you fought him.
Yeah, pulls me back over.
You didn't like getting handled, I guess, or whatever, but like he saved your life. So
I know.
Kev was gone. He was not home at this point. So and everything's cool with them. This is very old news and sorry for airing this back out again.
Yes.
Just part of the story. Terrence the homie, he knows. Now, he tried to save you, whatever. That's when you I think you started to try to fight or whatever, but you got back in the car. Pat said you kept opening the door. And when you would open the door, the car had a safety feature where it would hit the brakes if you were driving. So you kept doing that and it kept braking in this crazy fucking traffic on this bridge. And then you tried to rip the panels off the inside of the rental.
Yeah.
Now, before Kev got out and ran off, there was a motorcycle, a fatal motorcycle accident right next to them.
Like ahead of us.
It was just ahead of you. Yeah. That's the kind of traffic. Like it's insane traffic and everyone's driving in like an idiot. They're all drunk. That's where you guys ended up stopping, fighting again. I don't know if it was a full fight or whatever. You guys had a little scrap. And then Kev took off.
Yeah.
And nobody could find him. Now his phone was still in the car.
Yeah.
I remember.
Do you guys want to get into the details of the night?
Because so we get this call. And the whole time we're down there, I'm talking about manifesting and like, just keep your energy right.
You kept saying that to Terrence too.
And then Tom gets to the gas pump and his fucking car won't work. And we're like, we got to get there. We got to find Kev. Remember?
Dude, I was worried. You were not as worried as I was.
I was very like, he'll turn up.
Yeah. But like to me, in like normal person world, I'm like, yo, Kev's lost. I can't go to sleep until we find Kev.
Right. Everyone seemed pretty shaken up about it, except for me and Pat. We were both like, he'll turn up.
So we go down and like, not to, beat the dead horse here, but we go down to the wherever this accident was. We pull over where we asked the cops. Like I jumped out. I was like, yo, did you see somebody running around?
No, because
they're dealing with a fatal accident on the highway. They're like, no, you fuck yourself.
No, we even seen a couple homeless dudes like cooking up a fish they caught. And there was like, did you guys see a shirtless guy with tattoos with no shoes on?
Because his shoes
I would
remember that.
Yeah. They're like, no, we would definitely remember that.
Didn't the cop say? I think he said to somebody who asked him, well, hopefully he didn't go in a body of water because there's sharks and gators.
Yeah. And we were worried you were like face down, sleeping in some fucking puddle, you thought, and there was like a gator or something in it. Like,
yeah, we actually checked all like the river areas.
Dude, we were until like 4:30, 5 o'clock in the morning. I'm on the phone with Talisa. She's like, you lost my kid's father? Like, what do you mean? And I was like, well, I didn't lose him. Like, it wasn't personally me.
He lost himself.
So, we're walking around. I'm in the back of Olive Garden, and I texted my wife. I was like, she's like, tell me when you get home. So I texted her. I was like, I'm in the back of Olive Garden right now. We're looking for Kev. She's like, she didn't text me till like an hour later. She's like, what the fuck? This is not normal in my world. But Brian didn't really seem bothered. And eventually he was like, yeah, Kev's going to turn up. And I was like, Kev's not going to show up.
Well, he's phoneless, missing in Florida, and he has no way to get back or call anyone.
And I don't think you didn't have any money.
No, his wallet was in the car still. Nothing. He had nothing.
So
I want to hear the other side of this too. So either way, we get back to the place. Everybody's shook up. It's like 4:30 in the morning. I fall asleep for like 2 or 3 hours. Wake up at 7:30. Kev's just on the couch.
He's cutting wood. He's just snoring, face down, just chilling.
Just sleeping. I'm like, and Brian's like, yo, I called it.
I knew he'd be back.
I called it. But I know there's another side. And like, this is not normal for me.
Yeah. Yeah. No, can I just say though, the shock and worry that was in his, you know how you said his eyes, he was like seriously concerned. Like he thought you were dead. He was so worried that we were just going to go back.
Shark's gullet.
We were just going to go back to the Airbnb and call it a night. Like I was like, I'm tired. We're going back. We tried. And then like I wasn't worried at all. Rob was really upset. Everybody was really upset, but I just was like, nah, he'll turn up. He'll turn up. But we were looking at that fence. We're like, there's no way he scaled that. There's no way. It was tall. It was a big fucking fence.
10 feet.
And
I scaled it.
Yeah, I know you did.
With no shoes.
Well, we found that out later. Yeah. So let's.
Like Kev rolled through it.
Yeah. So let's hear.
So for me, I'll start back at the rave.
Yeah.
So we're at the rave. I see it. It's shiny as fuck. I'm like, yeah, I'm going in there. There's probably 1,000 fucking people in there. And I don't know if it was like, it was around Halloween time, right?
Yeah, it was
because
mid-October.
I felt like I don't know how raves are. They might just dress up crazy, but there was like legit costumes in there. Like everybody was in a costume, and there's like this huge like DJ rave thing going on outside with bars and little stands everywhere for alcohol and shit. And then you went into like this huge fucking like 3-4 story like building that was like a mansion kind of type thing with bars on every floor, and it was just fucking. It was insane. So I'm in there with everybody. We're all grooving. I start, drinks start flowing, everything. I start getting one hell of a buzz on. And then Pat doesn't drink. So it's me. He's with us, obviously, but it's me, Rob, and Terrence. Everyone's drinking. Terrence really only drinks like tequila, so I'm drinking tequila.
Oh.
Yeah. And I'm not a big beer guy, so it's literally just tequila shots or mixed drinks. Yeah. And so we go off, and then I lose them inside this building. And I kind of like going off on my own and seeing what I can get into. Yeah. Like, I don't mind that. Like,
very campaigner of you.
Yeah. I love going off and just exploring and seeing, like, who's doing what. Where's it really going on at? So
he likes to campaign.
And then like an hour goes by and I see him again.
Oh, okay.
I mean, I like see him again. And then they said I walked up with like 10 shots in my hand. Yeah. Like, I don't know if I had like a little tray or whatever, however the fuck I was holding them. But
he's definitely got one on each finger. He's got one balanced on each finger.
And they're like,
yeah.
And I hate this one part about me, but like, I kind of like don't give a fuck when I'm drunk. And
I know.
Can be like disrespectful like to people that don't deserve it and shit like that.
Yeah.
Whatever. It is what it is. For the sake of the story, I'm just going to tell it how it is.
Yeah. That's also very
I'd like take a shot and then I'd take one, just like launch it behind me, wherever the fuck it went. I thought they were taking shots, but I guess they weren't taking as many as I thought.
Because I need another round.
Right about there, when we leave, I pretty much forget everything.
Okay. Do you remember ripping the parking thing?
I don't remember that.
That's crazy. So you started to black out pretty early in the night.
I was probably fucking 15 drinks in. Okay. You know what I mean?
He was hammered.
Yeah, I was. I mean, let's just say 12 to 15. Like I was pretty fucking.
You were working hard that night.
So then I do remember a little bit of like the bridge shit. Okay. Not trying to jump off the bridge or anything like that, but I remember like a little scuffle.
Yeah.
I think Pat got
listen.
Pat got a licking.
The next morning, Pat told me about what he did. Like he had to get you to get you.
Oh, he got me.
And then you had 4 knuckles in your rib.
Oh yeah,
like marked, like because you didn't have a shirt on.
I didn't know what happened.
Yeah,
and it didn't hurt the next day, but there was 4 bruises.
Definitely his knuckles.
And he put his fists up to it, and they fit right in.
No, he told us the night before.
I tried to grab him by his legs and like scoop him, and he just fucking.
He said you
like fuck.
He said you were like an animal, like a raging bull, like you just were thrashing, and he's the only thing he could do on that bridge with the accident and all the other shit.
Yeah, he
cracked you. Yeah.
So then
he crumpled you.
Yeah. Yeah. That's when I found God.
He brought you to the Lord.
Yeah. I found God. So I run off. But for some reason, before I get into anything else, I kept reciting the address to the to where we were, the Airbnb where we were staying in my head. Cause I was getting like a lot of the Ubers and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And I just kept, it was like 2244 something. Like it was like a real like,
you remembered it.
yeah, like a real like, I don't know what you want to call it.
You Ubered that day, didn't you? Didn't you Uber there and then back to get something?
Probably.
Oh, during the convention.
Yeah, during the
maybe.
before anything. Before anything. Yeah.
Did.
Yeah, maybe.
So then I don't remember anything else after the bridge. I wake up. It's fucking the ass crack of dawn.
Birds are chirping.
I wake up itchy as fuck. I'm like, what the fuck? And I'm looking around. And I'm on somebody's front lawn. It's like one of them gated communities where like there's like 10 like a building of like 10 houses, like 10 condos, and then 10 condos and a different building of 10, you know what I mean? Like a really nice gated community. And I wake up on the other side of the gate.
You're in the community.
I'm in the community on someone's lawn.
Shirtless?
Yeah.
Okay.
I had nothing but my shirt. I had nothing but my shorts and unicorn socks on.
And they weren't the socks you started the day with.
I
you
don't
know they weren't.
Yeah, I don't think I was wearing unicorn socks that day.
No, you weren't.
So yeah, try not to wear unicorn socks, you know.
So it makes it a bad day.
So I wake and I like lift. I'm fucking super hungover. I lift my head up, like didn't even fully sit up yet. I'm just like looking down my body.
Bro, you had to still be drunk.
Yeah,
You
and
probably-
across the street or across the like the driveway, the parking lot driveway kind of thing. There's a guy, a maintenance man, working on the gate.
Nice.
It wasn't even like a gate. Like, it was like a gate that like opens, like, you know, like a big gate.
Yeah.
And I look over at him, and he like looks over at me, and I'm just like, oh fuck. I don't have no money on me. I don't have my wallet. Don't have my phone. Nothing. So I'm like, fuck am I gonna do here, right? I was like, let me get my marbles about me. So I sit up finally. And then I'm just sitting there. I'm like, what the fuck happened? I was like, my fucking face, though. Like,
you got clogged.
like my jaw and like, just like when you bite down, like those muscles, like right here. I was just like, what the fuck is that from? So then I go over to this guy at the gate. And I'm like, yo, man, like he's like some heavily, his accent was like heavy Australian or something. And I'm like, hey man, can I just use your phone real quick? Like I won't go nowhere. I'll just use it real quick. I just gotta, I was like, no, can you call me a cab?
Yeah.
So he like Googles a cab company, hands me the phone. I call it. So I couldn't do an Airbnb or Uber because I didn't have my fucking shit. So he calls me the cab, or he gives me the phone. I call the cab. Cab guy gets there. I'm just.
Did you finesse him? Like, yeah, I don't got any money on me, but
I was like, bro, all my cash at the house. I was like,
you gotta trust me on this.
This is the address, blah, 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 blah. Like whatever it was.
Yeah.
And then he takes me there. I'm like, hold on, let me run in and grab this money. So I run in. I think the first person I see is Fran.
Yeah, Fran said
Does he
saw
wake up
you.
early?
He saw you.
So I see him. And he's like, Kev. So I like, real quick, I was like, hold on, let me get to my money. So I don't know how. I don't know where my card was or wallet or whatever, but
I got my car.
Yeah, I got the money, gave it to the guy. He dips out.
Yeah.
I come back in and Fran's like, Kev. He's like, are you all right? And I'm like, yeah. He's like so concerned and just like,
yeah, he cared.
Like, what the fuck? Like, are you like, what happened to you kind of thing?
Yeah.
And like I didn't know all that shit happened. And me and Terrence are sharing a room.
Yeah.
It might have been me, Terrence, and Rob.
Yeah, you were.
There was like
it was a 4
two bunk beds in each room. Yeah.
Yep.
So I'm like, yeah. He's like, you don't remember what you did? Like kind of like giving it to me, but not like just testing to see what I remember.
Yeah.
He's very
I
disappointed.
don't know nothing. So I just go in the bed and just fall asleep.
Yeah.
And then you guys wake me up, or I wake up or whatever, and people are like out in the backyard at the pool.
Yeah.
And I just walk out and just fucking fall into the pool and just sit at the bottom for a little bit, like just trying to shock my fucking body.
You still didn't know what had happened yet?
No.
Okay. Yeah. Because
I don't think I still know exactly what happened, but I know a little bit.
Yeah.
So then I get up and Everybody's telling me they thought I died. Got eaten by a shark. Got eaten by an alligator. A fucking motorcycle dude died, and they thought it was me, and this and that. And then they're telling me about the bridge and the gate to the parking garage, and they're like, "What happened?" I was like, "I don't know, bro. I just woke up in the front yard of some gated community, like 20 minutes from the Airbnb."
Do you remember I had a stern talk with you?
Yeah, I do remember that.
I had it.
Yeah, you did.
Remember?
I do.
Yeah.
And I had to turn my back on you.
You said, "And this is me turning my back."
And then he slow turns his back, and he's just like,
and I knew that would hit home with you.
Yeah. And slowly everybody told me that me and Terrence got into a fight. I was acting crazy with, everybody and wrestling everybody around. We were all like...
He's wrestling him.
And Pat fucking clobbered me.
Yeah.
And I deserved it all, obviously. And nobody there deserved what I did or put them through. But thank God I'm not dead. And
you're cool with everyone now.
Yeah. Everybody that was there.
Yeah.
And then they had day 3 of this convention.
So that was awkward. That was awkward because the energy from day 2.
Sunday, I was like, I'm not tattooing.
You went and saw a movie with Fran.
Me and Fran went to a dine-in theater.
Saw Dune.
Not a drive-in, but like it was like a super nice theater with fucking... We ordered fucking
sushi and stuff like that.
Cheeseburgers. And, yeah, just like whatever the fuck we wanted. They bring it right to you like a server.
Yeah.
Right to the chair that you're watching the movie in. And I just wanted to be in somewhere dark and cold. Because we're in fucking Florida and I have a hangover. The worst hangover of my life.
You guys went to go see Dune, which is like a 4.5 hour movie.
Yeah, I wanted that.
Yeah.
I wanted to do nothing.
Yeah. Yeah, I remember I was trying to like be diplomatic and like soothe everyone's feelings because there was people were frustrated, the people that were sure. But there wasn't really nothing you could have did or said in that moment, so I was like trying to be comedic relief a little bit. That's why I turned my back on you. But
everybody thought I died.
Yeah, no, they were
Literally
seriously concerned about you. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I remember trying to tell Talisa, like, I'll let you know when we find him. And then when I was like, I'm fucking giving up, I had to like let her know, like, we're calling it a night.
The search party's over.
Yeah. And like, we didn't find him, but we're calling it a night. And she was like, what the fuck do you mean? Like, where is he? I was like, you really can't find this man? I was like, no.
They cleaned the accident up and just left. They didn't even. Yeah, they were like, "Yeah."
They didn't care about
that. Did you like walk in and see me sleeping in the bed?
So that's what happened. So when I woke up, I came out, and I think Fran even or Tom was like, "Kev's here," and I like went and I looked, and you're sleeping, and I looked at you, and I put my hands on my hips like this, and I shook my hands like, I just shook my head at your sleeping body. I was like, "This motherfucker for real."
Like nothing happened.
Yeah, and then I just turned around and just went and like made coffee and had cigarettes. Yeah. Yeah, for real. How the fuck did he get back? And nobody knew. I was like, how the fuck did he get here? Like, how did he know where to go?
Nobody knew he knew the address either.
Yeah.
Because there's no reason he would have known the address.
But every single one of us during the search party looked at this big ass fucking fence and we're like, I'm sober. I don't even drink. I'm fit. And I'm not making it over that fence. So there's no way he's over that fence. We all looked at it, we're like, there's no way. And then sure as shit.
That's the fence.
That's the fence. Kev must have like fucking, because they said you ran from the car. Like when you jumped out, you booked it and kind of disappeared into the night. Like nobody knew where you went.
So when I got out of the car, like the area I got out of the car in, what was there? It's fields?
No, it was it's a highway with a motel and an Olive Garden. And then there's a fence that nobody thought you could scale. And that's the one. That's what you did. You scaled it.
Yeah, I did.
Which I just still can't really wrap my head around because you're shoeless, shirtless, and there's not much to grab onto that fence. It was just like a flat fence. It's built to keep people out.
Yeah, you know that Olive Garden has video security, and they probably saw it the next day.
I would love that, yeah.
And you must have become some kind of like night crawlers. Like you just all fours.
I might have went under the fence.
Who knows? You could have went through the fence, just dematerialized through the fence.
When Kev said the gate, I thought he went through the metal gate. Like
the entrance?
Take 2 gates down in one night. Like Like there's no gate that's going
And
to
the
stop
guy's
Kev.
fixing it in the morning. There's a guy.
Yeah, he's fixing the gate that you
He
broke.
looks over. He's
That'd
like,
be
this
so
motherfucker
funny.
definitely ran through.
Yeah. Oh, that's so funny. No, but no. So I guess that's pretty much the whole Tampa story. It would be so funny to get a panel and get like your Robs, your Pats, your Terrences.
You should get all of them.
Oh my
round
god.
table.
Maybe not though. Maybe poor Kev probably doesn't want to.
No, I mean you don't want to air Kev out because it's really like
man, we're aired out.
Yeah.
I feel bad like just ripping on Kev for that. Like I you know,
It was comical.
We
but,
all-
you know,
it was funny,
yeah.
but
I've
he's
all
also
got drunken stories other than Tom, probably.
No, I got jumped, but nobody saw them.
Tom's wildest story is like Kev's second shot type of story. Like
Honestly, yeah, it's
Kev's just warming up.
it's Kev's Friday
Yeah.
night
Yeah.
before Saturday. Like,
Yeah.
and that's the craziest I get. Kev's got you've already gone through. You got 10 episodes. How many crazy? Kev's already been through like 7 crazier stories than anything I have.
Yeah.
But I feel bad. Like I don't want to air Kev out. Like,
Nah, I don't.
No. Sensitive eyes, Tom.
Nah.
Sensitive eyes. Such a fucking
Nah.
protagonist.
Soft eyes.
Yeah.
Such a protagonist.
Protagonist.
Yeah, but I don't know. I guess it was interesting that I did want to have Tom on for that reason. But Tom's seen me at my bachelor party was pretty wild.
I heard.
Yeah.
A lot of cocaine.
My card was on file for that one too.
Yeah, was it?
Yeah.
I won like a ton of money on roulette, and I gave it to Tom, and I was like, no matter what, later in this night, I'm gonna come to you, and I'm gonna beg you to give me this money. You're not to give it to me under any
He gave it to
circumstance. Dude, I came back in at 4 a.m. geeked out of my mind off like a quarter of Coke. I was doing it all night. My jaw was fucking
Yeah.
going left to right, just eating air biscuits. And I'm like in Tom's face, like, Tom, tap
He's
your shoulder.
sleeping?
Like,
I was sleeping.
I was like,
yeah.
yeah, wake up. He's like, what do you want? I was like, I need that money. Give me that money. He's like, no.
I don't think I gave you it all. I gave you like
Yeah, no, I got it all. I
Did
got
you?
it all from you. Yeah. I got every dollar.
in my head. I was like, I'm not going to give him all of it.
Because by the end, by
Yeah,
the
there was
time
nothing
it
in
was
the
like
morning.
7:30 in the morning and the sun was up and I had $0 and I was like asking to borrow money.
Yeah.
Fuck.
And I just went, like, I went to sleep and woke right back up. And you're like,
Casinos
yeah.
and cocaine are not a fucking. It sounds great.
I mean, that's the place to do it.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. But it's never
Yeah.
a positive ending.
Yeah. You remember the homeless man?
Yeah, dude, that was a
Yeah.
great story for
Tom?
me. So
Yeah. You went, just
we went
tell
to
him.
we went to a little club and there was it's a BYO spot. And we walked in and Brian was like, we walked in. It was like a $25 or $50 cover. We paid it. We sat down. He's like, all right, we're leaving. Like
Yeah, 'cause I was
immediately.
speeding my balls off. I couldn't sit still.
He's like, we're leaving. So I got a 6-pack that I'm like walking around with, and we go in the casino. The guy yells at me, he's like, you can't take this in here. I'm like, all right, this is my fun. Like, so I look over, I see a trash can. It's empty. It's like 3
It's
in the morning.
outside, right? It's out
Yeah,
on
it's
the
outside.
street,
It's
yeah.
outside of the casino. I look over, I look inside, and I'm like, there's a bag there. So I pulled the bag to the side, put the other 5 beers that I had in there, put the bag back, and I was like, I'm gonna get this on the way out. So 2 hours later, we're walking out. And I'm like, oh, yeah. Friend's like, yo, grab those beers. So I go over and there's this homeless guy that's just like laying in the corner. He sees me reach into the trash can and pull out 5 Heinekens. And he's like, you're a sorcerer. He's like, can I have one of your beers? I was like, yeah, here, take it.
You know
Like,
what? Yeah.
take it.
You're a sorcerer.
He
I
said
felt so
that.
good. I felt so
Yeah.
good about giving this homeless guy a
Tom-
Heineken.
Yeah, you
Well,
see
how
the
about
homeless
blowing
guy?
his fucking reality real
Yeah.
quick? And then
He
You see him
still
going
thinks
down
those
the
guys.
street checking cans.
Yeah, he's out there checking cans. He's like, there might be beer in them. You never know.
yeah,
Oh, so funny.
that's fucking great.
Yeah. But all right. So wait, Tom, you're if you want to buy a house, hit Tom up. He's sold my homes. Now we wanted to ask you,
Plug
is that
your
a,
shit,
is
Tom.
that a play on?
No, it's everybody asked me if it's like call it like
Patrick
Mahomes.
Mahomes?
No, it's sold my homes because it sold my homes, and I
Yeah.
put it in there. I was like, "What's your real estate rap name?" And they were coming up with stuff. So I
Yeah.
started like Post Malone when he put his rap stuff in there. Like that's how he came up with his name.
Okay, in like an automatic generator.
Yeah, something like that. So I was like, "Sold my home." Like it just rolls off the tongue, but it's
Yeah.
not. It's not that clever.
Yeah.
But it's not a play on
It's
anything.
not a play
Yeah.
on Pat Mahomes.
Kev's rap name's Young Willie the Bull, aka the God.
Is it a play on Post Malone?
No, it's not a play. It's just like I just copied people, and I thought people would remember it.
I mean, I always say it in my head. Every time I read it, I say it out loud. In my
Yeah,
head.
he sold my
Sold
homes.
my homes.
Yeah.
I always thought it was Pat Mahomes, like a play on Pat Mahomes.
Oh, you might want to change it for that reason.
He's all right.
He's locked in.
Yeah, I don't need to plug my stuff. Like
Yeah, whatever. You're not going to share this to your real estate people. Think about this for a second.
I was going to
Kev.
wear the what did you call it? The outfit or
his
uniform?
costume, his real estate costume from the one podcast.
Yeah, the costume.
Yeah, costume. Went with Andrew Tate instead. You're much nicer than him. No, I just thought it was funny because Tom's Other World, like he's been on podcasts before. They're not the same audience at all.
have?
Yeah.
So
I actually tried to start like 3 or 4 different. I actually started when Game of Thrones was around. I started a real estate podcast that nobody listened to called Game of Homes. yeah, Kev, thanks.
I'm sorry.
So I was hoping. So Kev completely did not expect that.
Game of
That's actually, when you think about it, okay, it's good.
Yeah, but what's the preface? Like you got like homeowners fighting each other, trying to win.
It was like because I was thinking when Game of Thrones was around, I was like maybe they'll accidentally click on my podcast.
You're baiting the algorithm.
I was gonna do like a little logo spot with like the little logo from Game of Thrones. Just put my face on the
like a family crest
on
kind
the
of
throne.
thing or something.
Yeah, that's good.
But never took off the ground.
You still got the equipment though.
What about
Tom?
the other ones? Tom?
When he was giving me fucking pointers about bullet points and shit. He tried to pawn these fucking clip-on mics to me. Tried to pawn them off.
They're great mics.
I did read about them. They're good mics, but these are way better. Like for what we do.
For what you're doing. If you're on the road, if you're doing stuff like not.
If you're in your Tesla and you're showing open
driving
houses,
with no hands,
showing an open house to a bunch of potential clients.
Yeah.
And you want to interview one of them hoes, pop that mic on your car.
You know what a lot of realtors do is they put it in there and they just bitch. They go on and they'll just say something like, this guy.
Yeah. What do you think about real estate agents and their podcast? Tom?
They're awful, man.
Yeah.
They're awful. Like
they usually want to jerk their own dick too. Like I don't know if it's maybe not the guy that you did one with, but every time I see anything about real estate people, like that one, who's the dude, the tight shirt guy, the bald tight shirt guy?
Oh, Andy Elliott?
Maybe that's his name.
That's the dude you sent him on Instagram.
Yeah. I sent him to you because I was like, never be like this. This guy just sucks his own dick. He's like, and it's like they're selling to an audience of betas, like people that are weak humans, and they're like, and the weak people love them. They eat it up because they're like, that guy is so self-confident and so strong, and I want to be just like him. And they're not. People don't realize the guy's not making his money off his real estate. Maybe he did at some point, but he's making his money off selling some program to like cucks like you. Don't be the cuck.
Yeah.
Go be the,
Well, people, that's what they do. They do that instead of actually getting better at whatever they're trying to do. So like when you guys hit episode 10. Yeah, you guys hit episode 10. Like when you're going through it, nobody gets to episode 3. Like Game of Homes never got off the ground.
I heard
it's coming back
like,
though, Kev, because the name's solid.
Yeah.
That name's good.
We'll be on it.
Yeah, you guys come on.
You can help me buy my first home.
Dude, yeah, come on. Like, but so
my home.
So I bought my homes.
Bought my home.
Bought my home.
That's funny.
So, but yeah, you guys go at like episode 10 is a big deal because 95% of podcasts fall apart at like episode 3.
That's what I heard. I heard. I don't know if maybe you told me that or I saw. I think I saw it on one of them videos when we were just trying to figure out like lighting and backlighting and microphones and like just like me, because I've watched a couple podcasts, but you never wonder how the behind the scenes shit. And the one guy was given like a little fact sheet of, the to get to episode 3 or 4 is like 90% of people quit before that, and then the other people don't even make it to like the ones after that. Only a certain percent make it past 10.
Well, we got one up on them because we're doing this for funsies. It's a hobby, and if people want to hang on and watch, they can. But either way, we're gonna get together every week. We're gonna bullshit, and I don't care. We don't care. So like, it's just fun for us.
You know what's funny? I kind of think. Go ahead, Tom.
No,
I sometimes feel like
campaigner.
Yeah. Sometimes I feel like it's like playing pretend. Like you just get to sit here, like looking over at you. I'm like, we're like it's like when you're a little kid and you're imagining you're both knights and you're fighting a fucking dragon or something.
We're
whatever
pretending
it is.
we're radio hosts.
Yeah.
Like,
that's how it is now, though.
We're pretending we have listeners.
This is exactly how everybody else starts.
Wait, you know what's so funny though?
We're fucking around like joking.
It's so funny. So I have the analytics of like how many people watch, how many people listen, on what platform, all that shit. I know. And I know there's a handful of them. Thank you for the people that do.
Yeah.
But before they really were there, I would be like, just saying it, like fluffing it up, like for our listeners or anybody that's listening, you would send Kev a picture of your shit because he loves that. And there's like 10, like at first, and now we got a solid like maybe 100 weekly listeners.
That's pretty
which is cool. But people that make it through the whole episode, there's probably about 100 of them. A lot of people stop around the 25-minute mark, and then they come back and finish it. I can show you those analytics, but. What happened was, and me and Kev were just talking about this before tonight, our very first episode, everybody fucked with it.
But it's new, exciting, whatever.
Yeah. And then the second one, it dipped. And then the third one, it dipped. Then it leveled out, and then it came back up. And now it's coming. It's like leveled and then coming back up. So the people that are still here actually care and actually want to watch. And like, we appreciate you. We do need 1,000 subscribers on YouTube so we can monetize, but it's a hobby, and I don't care if we ever get them.
Right.
That's the difference. Like, I couldn't wrap my head around that when you told me. You're like, I was like, what are you going to do? Try to do something? You're like, no, I don't care. I'm just doing it for fun. I was like, I couldn't wrap my head.
It's like, that's
me
the
and
cool
Kev are
part
the type to throw a couple $1,000 at something just for fun.
But I mean,
more than a couple.
Yeah. Tom's like, you bought a fucking what?
I was like, I got a Rodecaster Pro. I'm like, I know what that cost.
Yeah. And then when that's not even the most expensive, I mean, I'm like, I need a better camera. If we're going to make this a real hobby, we're going to take it serious.
We have fucking
like $8,000 in cameras.
$8,000 in cameras.
It's why, like, it's actually a professional podcast right now.
I mean, we have the equipment to be.
I just like seeing it. If you watch the first episode when we were fucking in my living room
so
with
bad.
a sheet on the wall,
bullshit
and
camera.
then the second one we're on my couch, which is actually comfortable, but
a little better
still
audio.
was like, what the fuck? You're in a living room.
Yeah.
And then like we're just like, fuck it, we're designating this room, painted the wall, redid the room,
got a desk,
build a table. Like I love that everything is evolving, but like we didn't buy a table, we built a fucking table. Like, you know what I mean?
And the editing is getting slowly, it's getting a little bit more. We just, as long as we're making, even if it's a small bite of progress,
1% every time.
Yeah.
It just gets more and more, better and better.
Yeah. So we'll have to help you out with Game of Chodes.
Game of Chodes. Yeah. So you guys did the IQ test.
I didn't finish it.
He won't finish it.
No, I will. I'll finish it. We just gotta send it to Tom too.
You should put that link in.
All right, we'll put that link in too.
You want to do it?
I'll do it. Yeah.
It takes 20 minutes, and my phone froze up last time. But I only got one wrong for how long I took it for. But we'll have to do it again.
I'm in.
I'll let you know my score once you.
He's going to withhold the score until I do it.
I'm not going to say it now, and then you're going to sit there and take it a zillion times till you beat me. I just want to know what it is.
You took it 3 times.
I took it 3 times. This is every time it got higher, and this is my highest.
It's your highest. Okay.
Should you only take it once, or
no? It says
take
on
it 3.
Read the rules, because I let somebody take it that I held at a pretty high regard in terms of intelligence, and they didn't read the rules. And I walk in and they're using a fucking calculator.
There's math in there.
There's a little bit of math in there.
I didn't get to the math section, but I'm good at math. I don't care.
Yeah, but it's not crazy math. It's just like PEMDAS, like But and they got just a little bit higher than me using a calculator. So I was like, all right.
Mm-hmm. Penis equals math ass shit.
Dick.
PEMDAS. Dick ass shit.
Dick ass shit.
Yeah. Penis equals math. Dick ass shit.
But yeah, I'll put that in there too.
Yeah.
And the personality quiz.
All right. Any comments?
Campaigner. I don't know if I like that word though.
Yeah. It just sounds like you're politicking.
It's campaigning.
I just don't know. Well, campaign in Call of Duty is, you're on the mission. You're doing the story.
Yeah. The light it up party.
Just don't like the political side of a campaign.
I got you.
Nah.
How do you feel about Prolab's tagonist?
Prolab's tagonist? Well, I don't know what you're talking about.
The protagonist.
I'm okay with it. I'm okay with it.
Yeah.
Well, that means you're like the good guy, right?
Yeah, I mean,
that's a pretty protagonist thing to say.
Yeah, it actually is if you think about it.
No, well, we got a longer episode than normal this week, but this episode 10, we did a banger.
Yeah, but also the what's it called? Is in there?
Yeah, I got to cut that out. But I paused the audio for it. So yeah, questions, comments, concerns, anything? I think it was a good episode.
It's a good episode.
Thanks for having me, guys.
Absolutely. Thanks for coming.
Thanks for coming.
I'm happy to see you guys growing like this.
We like making people come.
Yeah.
So thanks for coming.
That's the tagline, right?
Yeah.
About the fucking the ass cap.
Oh, the ass cap. We'll save that for next episode. I'm gonna hit stop.
What'd you say though?
I asked the guy for the wire for Tom's headphones. I was like,
in Guitar Center.
I was like, yeah, because you got an adapter on it. So I was like, you got one of those ass caps?
And I'm like,
He knew what I meant.
In front of Brian, like in between them two.
So he's looking at
this
you.
guy. Yeah, and I'm just like, and usually I love fucking with people, but I couldn't hold it together. I just just started growling. Yeah, fuck with
Sure
it,
enough, he had one.
All right, guys.
Good episode. All right, see you. That's it.
Fuck off.
Fuck off.
Getting dicks, right? Getting dicks, right?
Every dick on the block is mine. Every dick on the block is mine. Every dick block. Every dick block. The block
Dicks, right?
the block
Dicks, right?
Cut for sound.